he said. There is no doubt about it. I also told you the story of Ajamila. Ajamila was not a good person at all. Somehow it happened he remembered God at the time of his death. And the story says he achieved his liberation. So, can we do that? Is it possible to remember God at the time of death? Because maybe we will be in severe pains, bodily pains. The closing time of the body may not be that interesting at all. Those questions will definitely arise in each one of us. But Krishna says, those who remember me at the time of death and leave their body, they come to me. There is no doubt about it. Antakale cha mameva, even at the time of remembering me, smaran muktva kalevaram, remember me if a man leaves the body, a prayat samad bhavam, that man will get my bhava. Yati nastyatra samshaya, there is no doubt about it, you will come to me. This is the assurance given by Krishna to each one who can remember God at the time of death. We have to go to the Shloka 6. Yemmem vapi smaran bhavam tejatante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sadbhava bhavita. Another great shloka. The greatness of a man will be known only at the time of death. What he remembers, what he does, what he thinks will make him whether he be liberated or he will be bound again and to be born in some other yoni next. I think I told you the story of Bharata Muni in the second chapter somewhere. He accidentally, he was doing meditation for realizing Atman or Brahman, whatever it is called, sitting under a tree in front of a river. He heard the roar of a lion, and a lion was chasing a deer. Deer was a pregnant deer and it jumped into the river. Its baby fell into the river. Bharata brought it home. The lion went its venture and went back. He went here and there and begged for milk and other things. He went on looking after the baby deer. The attachment grew so much, he totally forgot why he was there near the riverside for meditation. All day and night went on with his baby deer. It slept with him. It went out with him when he plucked flowers for his puja. It ate with him. It sometimes slept on his body at night. Even if it did not sleep on its body, he held his hand on the young deer so that it would not miss. That deep relation developed. And then what happened is, one day the young deer, a group of deer came there and this young deer joined that. When it joined that, our Bharata Muni began to have doubts. Generally, it is said that those animals touched by human beings will not be accepted by the animal world. So, would it be killed by the deers? That was the question came to him. And also, he knew that he did not have enough practice to live in the forest like all other deer. Thinking about the same thing, that he died. And the Bhagavata says he had to spend another life becoming a deer And later he came Bharata Muni once again and he practiced this meditation. Emmem vapi smaran bhavam tejat ante kalevaram. That which you remember at the time of your death and leave your body, tam tamaiveti kaunteya sada tattva. Because the man remembers the thing again and again, he will become that only. If we die searching under the pillow for the money, and that is very sure factor that we have to be born again to make money and give it to somebody else before we go. Whatever a man desires. I think I must tell you a beautiful story of Belgare Krishna Shastri ji, a great man, writer, a teacher. He was associated with a saint called Mukundur Swami. He wrote a book, Egdagella Aite. A man who carried mud for the railway track building got realization, became a saint. I'm not, so his book is Egdagella Aite. I think it has been translated to other languages also. That is everything in yoga. A rural man would say, the Swamiji would say, everything is in yoga. That is the book Belgare Krishna Shastri wrote about that Swamiji. But I am telling you a different thing. Belgare Krishna Shastri was also a great spiritual man. He lost his wife when he was quite young. And then his relatives and others forced him to marry again instead of living alone for the rest of the life. But Mukundur Swamiji had told him, why do you get married? Be like this, you can do more service to the world, he said. And people used to insist, so he plucked all his teeth to look like an old man when he was still young. And nobody made that offer to get married, because who would marry a boy or a man who doesn't have teeth at all? So that was over. His father, he was a teacher in Devnur near Kadur. His father was a teacher. So one day his father came, no, I don't know about the profession of his father, sorry. One day his father, when he was in Devnur, came to him in the evening. He was very much worried and depressed. Shastri asked, what's wrong with you, father? And his father told him, I was walking along. I saw a man beating his wife on the road. I wanted to stop and went there and told that it's not the culture, way of behaving and so on. But instead of accepting my argument, both of them scolded me. I am really sorry, he said. And Belgare Krishna Shastri, don't worry about it, let's have food. That is dinner. Father said, no dinner for me today. To change the mood of the father, he quoted this shloka, Emmem vapi smaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tam tameva iti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. He said to his father, Belgare Krishna Shastri said to his father, Father, what is the meaning of this shloka? Not that he did not know the meaning, but he wanted to change the mood of his father, so he asked it. Father said, it is not to be explained, but it is to be lived. And the conversation was over. A time came when his father had to leave his body. He called Krishna Shastri to near him. Krishna Shastri came. Then, with a small voice, he said, the other day you wanted me to know the meaning of the shloka, apismaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tam tamevati kauntaya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Isn't it? He said. Shastri said, yes. Just listen, he said. Shastri's father. And he began reciting the mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Tapering the sound, he simply left the body. A beautiful story. Api smaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tam tamevati kauntaya sada. Because he thinks of the same thing every time, he will become that again. That is the beautiful lesson taught. You can underline that shloka also. I think we can recite. Api smaran bhavam
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam
tejatyante kalevaram
Yajatyante kalevaram
tam tamevati kauntaya
Tam tamevaiti kaunteya
sada tadbhava bhavitaha.
Sada tadbhava bhavitaha.
Beautiful hint given to Arjuna. This will happen like this. But Krishna must also guide us. How to do it? I told you, maybe we will be in severe pain at the time of death. Who will remember God at that hard moment of life's ending? Krishna has a plan for Arjuna and to us. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yuddhya. Underline that. Therefore, tasmat is therefore. Therefore, remember me every time and do your job. Yuddhya, he says, fight the war, Arjuna, remembering me. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. At all times, remember me and fight the war. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara. Ma manusmara means remember me. Yuddhya, he says. And again I want to remember you. Krishna doesn't forget Arjuna is to fight the battle after taking his advice. Never to take sannyas. Sannyas is a mental practice to be done by every man to be really relaxed. Even Arjuna can have the sannyasi attitude so that he can do all his job like a king, as Janaka did earlier. You had a shloka in 320. They only did it for Lokasangraha. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yuddhya. Therefore, at every minute of your life, remember me and fight the war. Ma manusmara means remember me. And yuddhya is to fight back. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. Therefore, at all times. Tasmat, therefore, sarveshu kaleshu. See, it is just like Kannada or any other language that we speak in India. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara, remember me, and yuddhya, fight the war. Mayarpita manobuddhi, when you that way surrender your mind and buddhi to me, mamai vaishyasa samshayaha, you will come to me, there is no doubt about it. No doubt about it, you will come to me. Is it possible to remember God every time we do every work? If a doctor remembers God only instead of remembering the patient and the operation, complicated operation that he is conducting on the patient would die. He cannot remember every time. But he has a way, as I told you the story of Arjuna and, story of Narada and an agriculturist, a small man. He only remembered God 5 times a day. But Narada remembered every time. But still, Vishnu considered that Raita, that agriculturist, a better man. And also here, same feeling. Sometimes you cannot do both the things. Sometimes you can do. While driving your car, you will be thinking about so many different things. But that doesn't make you stop wherever you need to, turn left wherever you need to, turn right wherever you need to. You do your thing thinking about other things. Some places it is possible, some places it is not possible. What should we do when it is not possible? Before you remember, after the work again, back to you offer all that you did to him and finish off the business. Relax. This is a relaxation. There is an interesting story. A great spiritual leader was traveling on a ship, a big ship, a passenger ship, and the pilot of the ship knew, captain of the ship knew that there was that spiritual leader on the top of the deck. And accidentally, a small hole happened in the ship. Water began to gush in. The pilot of the ship was an atheist. He did not believe in God. It was not a major accident, only they could remove the water and the ship would reach safely their destination. That he knew. But still he wanted to teach a lesson to the Swamiji sitting there, the great spiritual leader sitting there, and he went to the deck, met him. There is an accident somewhere. There's a hole in the ship, in the ship. Water is gushing in. Shall I call all people on the deck so that we can do the prayer and the water would stop getting into the ship? So he wanted an answer which you all know. He would say, and rather the religious leader would tell him, no, you have to lift the water. You have to pour out the water so that we can reach safely. That is what he would say. But the spiritual leader said, pump and pray. I will also come to help you to pour out the water. Please pump and pray. Pump out the water, do the prayer. It will give you more strength to do your job. When you do it for yourself, you have less strength. When you do it for God, you have wonderful strength. Therefore, this story, pump and pray, will help you to do that. Sometimes it is possible to remember, supposing a lady is cooking, a housewife. That's also a great job. All the while she can remember God and cook the food. When you are in the office, you have to concentrate on the work that you cannot concentrate on God at all. Then, beginning do it, at the end do it, in the middle that was His grace that you worked better, that is also good. So here is a beautiful shloka. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu ma manuspara yuddhya. Remember me and fight every time. Remember me and fight every time. Mayarpita manobuddhi. When your manas and buddhi are dedicated to me, offer to me. Look here how beautiful and simple Bhagavad Gita is. Mai arpita manobuddhi. Manasu and buddhi which are dedicated to me, offer to me. Mama vivashya samshayam. Definitely you will come to me, there is no doubt in it. Need not doubt at all, he promises Arjuna. I think we can recite. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु
manusmara yudhyacha
मामनुस्मरयुध्य च
Mayarpita mano buddhihi
मय्यर्पितमनोर्बुद्धिः
Mamai vaishyasa samshayaha
मामे वैश्यस्य संशयम्
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु
manusmara yudhyacha
मामनुस्मरयुध्य च
Mayarpita mano buddhihi
मय्यर्पितमनोर्बुद्धिः
Mamai vaishyasa samshayaha.
मामे वैश्यस्य संशयः.
Here Krishna calls him Mam, that is me. Me is Krishna. In Bhagavata, there is an interesting story for we to notice. Krishna had 1,600 wives. Of them, 8 were Patranis, great queens. Narada had a doubt. How can a man live with so many wives? Can he be happy? Or is there trouble every time with every wife? Has he got to fight the war in the house? So on, he got a doubt. He wanted to check it out for himself. Narada came. So he was with Rukmani, say. First queen, he was with Rukmani. When Narada came, Krishna received Narada, offered him seat, washed his feet, fed him with good food and fruit, and he honored him a lot. And Narada accepted the honor, and he went to the other wife of Krishna. What is the position there? Interestingly, Krishna was there too. As if he had not seen Narada coming to this house, both husband and wife and came, prostrated at his feet and took him in and treated wonderfully. When he went to all 8 houses, same thing happened. Same respect everywhere, same offering everywhere, same thing everywhere. So then only he understood, oh yes, he is everywhere. He is in each one of us, that is to say, he is everywhere. For every wife, her husband is Krishna for her. For every husband, his wife is a Rukmani for him. Lakshmi Narayana, that's what the concept we have got. One is not complete. Neither Lakshmi is complete, Narayana is complete. Lakshmi Narayana is a full unit. So God is everywhere. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmrayate. Therefore, at every time remember me and fight the war is the beautiful, highest suggestion given to Arjuna by Krishna in this shloka. Did we recite Kavita?
This one, yes, Tasmat Sarveshu we finished.
Yeah. How is it possible? Krishna will not leave us in confusion at all if we are serious to understand Bhagavad Gita. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. That's a word all of you will understand. Constantly practicing like yoga. Chetasa nanyagamina. Not allowing your mind to go hither and thither. Going out here and there. Chetasa nanyagamina. There are 2 suggestions given by Krishna. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. With constant practice of yoga, yoga is to join the Atman with the Brahman, Atman with the Paramatman. So that is what he says. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, constant practice of yoga, putting yourself in the self of cosmic consciousness, chetasa nanyagamina, without wavering your mind doing like that, paramam purusham divyam yati. One who thinks about this, anuchinten, one who thinks about this parama purusha, he will definitely reach that goal. He will be merging with that cosmic consciousness, Atman or Brahman or Krishna, whatever you call. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, it's abhyasa yoga, that he will say in 12th chapter once again, abhyasa yoga, that is constantly practicing thing that you need to practice. That is abhyasa. Chetasa nanyagamina, unwavering mind. Chetasa anyagamina is going hither and thither. Stop going hither and thither of your mind. Paramam purusham divyam yati parthan. One who thinks, anuchinten, the man who thinks like that will reach paramam purusham divyam yati. He will also come to the parama purusha, that is again moksha. There is no book so logical and so consistent like Bhagavad Gita. Doesn't need books after books to be written to understand Gita. Gita itself is sufficient. Said there like this, said there like this. If you say that, you will also deviate from what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So simple, direct message. He says, Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena. Constantly practicing Chetasa Nanyagamina with unwavering mind, which doesn't go elsewhere. Anuchintayan, thinking like this, Parama Purusham Yati Divyam. He will also get that Divya Parama Purusha, the great cosmic consciousness, he will also merge with. That is, individual separate life of birth and death is over, back to cosmic consciousness. Stitva Syamantakalepi Brahma Nirvana Murchati. That is what we said we read in the last shloka of Sthita Prajna Lakshana, the second chapter. Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa Nanya Gamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati. You can underline that. Parama Purusham Divyam Yati means you will get back to that Parama Purusha. Thinking constantly about him with Abhyasa Yoga. With unwavering mind, if you can remember, you will come back to me. That is a beautiful assurance given by Krishna to Arjuna and to each one of us. I think we can recite. Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena
Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena
Chetasananyagamina
Chetasananyagamina
Paramam Purusham Divyam
Paramam Purusham Divyam
Yati Parthanuchintayan.
Yati Parthanuchintayan.
Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena
Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena
Chetasananyagamina
Chetasananyagamina
Paramam Purusham Divyam
Paramam Purusham Divyam
Yati Parthanuchintayan.
Yati Parthanuchintayan.
So he asked us to remember Chintayan, he said. And he says, Chintayan, he says, and we must also clarify, what is the God that we have to concentrate at the time of death? What are the qualities we have to think about him? Is it only the big size that he is? Or is there any quality that we can think? Krishna gives an answer in the next shloka. Kavim Purana Manushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaredhya Sarvasya Dhatara Machintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. After saying that you must think of that cosmic consciousness before you leave the body, Krishna gives qualities of the cosmic consciousness you have to think about. Kavim. Kavim is Kavi is a jnani, one who knows everything. Puranam. Purana, he has been there, he is there, he will be there. Eternal cosmic consciousness. Puranam. Kavim Puranam. Anushasitaram. Third word there. Anushasitara is the man who rules each one, the entire universe. Anushasitara. Anoraniyam. Smallest of the small and the biggest of the big he is. Anoraniyam, the smallest of the small. Invisible, so small. He is also at the same time. Sarvasya Dhataram, ruler of the entire universe. Giver of everything to the needy. Achintya Rupam. Achintya Rupam is that Rupa which we cannot really think of. I gave you the Upanishad, Yatha Vacho Nivartante Aprape Manasasaha. We have been trying to reach something which we cannot reach with our thinking. That is the cosmic consciousness. But still we don't have other instrument. We have to crack our heads to understand. That's all. So, Sarvasya Dhatara, ruler of everybody, Achintya Rupa. Achintya Rupam. Aditya Varnam. He is bright like sun. Tamasah Purastat. Beyond all darkness. He is bright, 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 light, 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 nothing remains. Which one that is? Anuswara. Kavim Purana Manushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaredhyaha. That Samanusmaredhyaha is an important word. Remembering this. Remembering. Second, actually, first line in my book, Samanusmaredhyaha is the last word. Thinking about this. Samanusmaredhya means think about this. What is this? Kavim Purana Anushasitara, Anoranya, Samanus, Sarvasya Datara, Achintya Rupa, Aditya Varna, Tamasa Parastat. Think about these qualities. Think about these qualities of mind. That means that cosmic consciousness is all pervasive and eternal. He is our creator, sustainer, and also destroyer. Think of that. Kavim, Purana, Anushasitara, ruler of the entire world. Anoraniya, smallest of the small and the smallest of the small. And then, Sarvasya Dataram, caretaker of everyone. Achintya Rupam. It is that great that you cannot think that Rupa. Achintya Rupam. Aditya Varnam. Light, color of light he is. That's why we in meditation, we try to see a light within us. In Gayatri Mantra also, we say the same thing. Bhargo devasya dhimahe dhiyo yona prachodayatu. We are thinking of that light. Let it promote our thinking. Bhargo devasya dhiyo yona prachodayatu. Let it make our mind think of that cosmic consciousness. That's why we pray. So that is the light, he says. Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. Beyond all darkness. There is no darkness when there is light. So that you have to think. So these are the... Here he did not mention think of Krishna, think of Rama, think of Vinayaka, think of Durga, nothing. Certain qualities he gives. Think of Kavi, Purana, that is eternally who is there. Anushasitara, ruler of everything. Kavim Purana, Manusha, Anoraniya, smallest of the small. Sarvasya Datara, ruler of everybody, one who takes care of everybody. Achintya Rupam, which cannot be that, still you have to think. Achintya Rupam, Aditya Varnam, he is the light, therefore think of that light. Beyond tamas, beyond the darkness. So think of that. Krishna is suggesting Arjuna to what to think at the time of leaving the body. We have to remember that. I generally say, if you happen to come near a person who is almost on his deathbed, you can recite entire Bhagavad Gita in front of him. Try that. That will work wonders. I have had two experiences in my own life. One, my uncle was on his deathbed in a hospital. I made sankalpa that I am praying for him and read Bhagavad Gita, went near him. You may not believe it. He could see God in my presence. He told his grandson who was looking after him, look here, look here, look here, Rama has come, bring him Arti. I told it's not Rama, it is Shiva. He was not ready to believe. That is one. Another one, when I was in Shimoga, I was near a temple in Ravindranagar, Ganesha temple. There was a great man, Aparambat. I must take his name also. He was he was suffering from cancer and in the hospital. I never went to the temple every day. Somebody told that he is very serious and he is in hospital. If you know the hospital, I can also name Metro Hospital. Then I felt, in that temple, they read 2 chapters of Bhagavad Gita when the puja and other things were over in the mutt, over in the temple, and then they closed. He was a great lover of Bhagavad Gita. He was in coma, and I went there with the permission of the hospital, sat there, read Bhagavad Gita. That was such a great situation. When I was completing, he called his son who was nearby because he could not call, but he only showed. Look, do you understand what he was saying? Why don't you make Mangalarti? Krishna is here. That is the power of Gita. You can test it happening. It works. So, Kavim Purana Manushasitaram Anorunayam Samanusmaredhya. Samanusmaredhya is a link to all other words here. Samanusmaredhya is to think about these qualities. Who? What are the quality? Kavi, Purana, Anushasitara, Anoraniya. 4 of them. Sarvasya Datara, second line. Giver of everything to everybody. Achintya Rupam, unimaginably great. Achintya Rupam, Aditya Varnam, bright like sun, Tamasa Parasa, beyond all tamas. Think about these qualities. Anusmaridhya, thinking about these qualities of mind at the time of death. I think we can recite. Let's say. Kavim Purana Manusha Sitaram.
Kavim Purana Manusha Sitaram.
Anoraniyam Samanusmaridhya.
Anoraniyam Samanusmaredhya.
Sarvasya Dataramachintya Rupam.
Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam.
Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat.
Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat.
Kavim Purana Manusha Sitaram.
Kavim Purana Manusha Sitaram.
Anoraniyam Samanusmaredhya.
Anoraniyam Samanusmaredhya.
Sarvasya Dataramachintya Rupam.
Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam.
Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat.
Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat.
He has told us to remember that great cosmic consciousness, Kavi, Purana, Anushasitara, Anoraniya, and Sarvasya Datam, Achincha Rupa, etc. continues. Prayanakali Manasachalena. Prayanakala, you know all that, what he is referring to. At the time of leaving the body, Manasa Achalena, unwavering mind. Prayanakale, at the time of departure, Manasa Achalena, unwavering mind, Bhaktya Yukta, with all dedication to God, Yoga Balena Cheva, with the power of yoga that you have had practiced for a long time, Brur Madhye Pranamamesha Samyak, concentrating your prana in this third area, Satam Param Purusham Upaiti Divyam. That man will merge with the cosmic consciousness. Satam Param Purusham Upaiti Divyam. He will get that Parama Purusha. He will merge with that cosmic consciousness. He will merge with that Brahman. He will merge that with that God. That's what he says. Prayana Kale, beautiful. Prayana Kala, you know what the meaning, not the time of journey that we go in a car. but the journey that we go when we leave this body and go to the next one, prayana kale manasa achalena, without wavering mind, unwavering mind, bhaktya yukta yoga balena chaiva, with a great devotion to the God, with yoga, that is, one day it may not happen if you practice. If you have practiced every day, it could happen. Yoga balena chaiva, bruvor madhye, second line, first word, bruvor madhye pranavameksha samyak. Having prana established here well, samyak. Satam param purusham upaiti divyam. So that man will reach that divya parama purusha. Param purusha divyam. Divyam param purusham he will merge. Nowhere on earth a man can get a training as to how to leave the body. More so for the aged one to practice. There was a diabetic forum in Shimoga which I used to attend. An expert diabetes doctor was giving an address from Bangalore. I don't know who he is, but he told one thing: you must make a will that you must not be put on life support system. Hope you catch it. Everywhere they put wire and make you live. You must make a will about it, unless you are waiting for your children to come from some other land. You must make a will about it, should not be put. If not, doctors will say, oh, put on life support system. And the thing is, whatever he earned, the son earned, parents earned, family earned, must be given to the hospital before the life support system is removed and the body is taken out of the hospital. Should not happen. If one wants, must make a will that I must not be put on life support system. End must come when it comes. There is an effort to save human beings till even when they cannot save. Great are the doctors who say, take home, why do you want to problem him further? He has reached a mature state. There is no meaning in trying to cure him and keep him alive without sensibilities. This must be the aim of our doctors, I hope. So, prayana kale manasachalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva guruvor madhye pranamavesha samyak. Samyak means well establish yourself, your prana here and the bhrumadhya. Satam param purusham upaiti divam. And then when he leaves the body with this one, he will definitely come to me. He will definitely come to me. Paramam purusham upaiti divam. He does not say me here. He will reach the paramam purusha. That is Atman or Brahman. So what we have to know Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks as a parama purusha in first person, I. Sometimes he also says he. Both of them are same. In Vyakta he is Krishna, in Avyakta he is Brahman. Both the usages are there in Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes he says me. Is it not an ego? Ahankara alva sarado, sometimes people ask. God is saying me. When his me is there, we are all there in his me. Yeah, I think we can recite this one. Prayanakale manasa chalena.
प्रयाणकाले मनसा चलेन
Bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva.
भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैवः
Gurur madhye pranamavesya samyak.
भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक्
Satam param purusham upaiti divyam.
सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्
Prayanakale manasa chalena.
प्रयाणकाले मनसा चलेन
Bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva.
भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव
Gurur madhye pranamavesya samyak.
भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक्
Satam param purusham upaiti divyam.
सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति चित् दिव्यम्.
Do the private kavita, we will close.
यद्यद् विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंशसम्भवम्.